Welcome to the Prosperity Playground, the podcast where business meets energetics, strategy meets soul, and prosperity becomes inevitable. I'm your host, Anna Lozano, mom, founder, investor, mentor, and energetics in business expert. This is your weekly activation to rewire how you think and feel about wealth, success, and personal power, because it's not about working harder, it's about regulating deeper, aligning stronger, and receiving wider. You don't hustle for your future, you calibrate to your higher self. Join me weekly for high-level conversations with the world's most inspiring entrepreneurs, creators, and thought leaders. True prosperity isn't just about money. It's about alignment, freedom, expansion, and embodying your worth. Welcome to the playground. Let's build your most prosperous life. Welcome back to the Prosperity Playground podcast. Today's guest is a woman who's been my mentor from afar since I first began my entrepreneurial journey in 2010. Her books, The Desire Map and the Firestarter Sessions, deeply shaped how I showed up in those early days of building my very first business. She's a woman anchored in truth, wisdom, and heart. We first crossed paths in real life at our mutual friend Sarah Swain's MYM event in Alberta, and most recently reconnected in Mexico at Wanderlust at Palmaya in the Mayan Riviera. It's such an honor to have Danielle Laporte joining us today. Danielle Laporte's spiritual direction has reached over 40 million people, friends. Her best-selling books include How to Be Loving, White Hot Truth, The Desire Map, and the Firestarter Sessions, alongside her wildly popular heart-centered planner system. Her next book and masterclass, Bless and Release, What Do You Want to Let Go Of, launches in spring 2026. I cannot wait to have the copy, the real copy, in my hands, as I've had a little bit of a sneak peek, and it is phenomenal, you guys. Her podcast, With Love, Danielle, is one of the top 2% in the world. As a creator of masterclasses for conscious living and founder of the Centered app, Danielle's teachings range from emotional intimacy and nervous system balancing to mindful business and the physics of letting go. Her Centered Collective and the leadership curriculum have supported facilitators in 30 plus countries. A member of Oprah's SuperSoul 100, Danielle is a former publicist and executive director of a Washington, D.C. think tank where she managed futurists, creating scenario plans for the likes of the Pentagon and the World Bank. She now speaks about the power of heart intelligence, and millions of people visit DanielleLaporte.com every single month. She currently lives in Vancouver, British Columbia. And friends, in this profound episode, we dive into voice and truth in entrepreneurship, how to find your true voice, that authentic voice, speak your uncertainty out loud, dissolve the too much narrative, and surround yourself with the right people to check blind spots. We dive into embodiment and the bless and release method, shifting from fear-driven striving to love-inspired growth, and receptive leadership and divine timing, moving from push to receptivity, following intuition for big decisions like launch dates, and bringing structure to manifestation without attachment. You guys, this is one of my favorite episodes to date, and I hope you enjoy this show. Danielle Laporte, welcome to the Prosperity Playground podcast. I'm so excited you're here and truly grateful.
Likewise. I love the name. Like, this is good. This already feels good.
Oh, thank you. You know, I was in what I call the void for 2 years. I sold my company and then we moved to Mexico, and I'm like, hello, what am I doing with my life? And I started doing meditations with Dr. Joe Dispenza, and just one day, 70 minutes a day, one day after a few months, the name dropped in. I'm like, okay, this is the sign. What's it going to turn into? And we're starting off with the podcast and really just following the breadcrumbs. Where is it going to go? Unattached, as you say.
Great way to do it. Yeah.
So your books, the Firestarter Sessions, Desire Map, profound impact. I was just starting out as an entrepreneur 2010. I got my orange book, held it tight, and you just brought this depth, this wisdom, and really a new perspective for entrepreneurship and really ahead of your time. 2010, we weren't talking a lot about this stuff. It was really competition, ego fueled, drive, hustle. How can we become successful, get the accolades, all the things? But you were really grounded and rooted in this heart centered, conscious work way back then. So, my first question for you is looking back at your journey, what would you tell Danielle just starting out, just beginning her journey about the path ahead?
If I was just getting going, I don't know that she would believe what I said.
Wow.
I think, and I think your 20s and your 30s are about hustle.
They are.
You know, like my son is 21
Yeah.
and he's going to grind. Like there's no way around it. It's just there's a sequence to this.
Yeah.
I think what I would have said is, well, let me just think about my mistakes for a minute. Yeah. Okay. I would have said something about voice, like voice, no matter what. Voice, at that time, I identified voice as like boldness and be
Yeah.
brazen and be outspoken. But that's like just playing like the white keys on the piano. Like the other, the black keys on the piano are use your voice when you're feeling afraid, when you're
Yeah.
feeling hooped and messed over. Use your voice, speak your uncertainty.
Mm.
That's it. Okay, it took me a minute, but I got to it. I would say to her, speak your uncertainty
Wow.
because uh I want I didn't just want to appear like I knew what I was doing. I actually wanted to know what I was doing. I wanted to move with
Yeah.
certainty and confidence. But you never fully move with certainty and confidence all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and there's so much around that. It's fear of judgment, right? It's all those things external of us that come up. So, is that something you do today more boldly and confidently?
Um, well, I don't even second guess. Like if
Yeah.
something doesn't feel, well, hold on. There is a nuance to this.
Mm.
So I'll tell you where I get it right. I'll tell you where I get it wrong.
Yeah.
Where I get it right is I don't care as much about people thinking I'm too woo-woo
Hmm.
or too bold or too divinely feminine or too ambitious. Like the too much dialogue narrative for me, that's dissolved.
Yeah.
And I have a team. I have a great team. This is the best configuration ever. And you know what they're really great at, which I'm not great at, is saying it doesn't feel right. Let's not do it today. I'm just like, I kind of wanted to make everybody happy. I see myself like this is the last vestige. Like, we just did a whole bunch of work on something, A plus effort. And I just like I love it 80%, but we work so hard and I don't want to disappoint everybody. And let's just keep going.
Yeah.
And that isn't always great. And my team are just like, yeah, we don't like the way it looks. And it's like, you don't either? Okay.
Wow.
So I'm wise enough to get the right people on the bus for my weaknesses. Yeah.
Yes. So, so powerful. So when I see Danielle today, like what I feel is embodiment of wisdom, of depth, of this knowing that you can be this and this because you are a powerful voice and yet you hold this feminine, like motherly hug. So talk about embodiment because it has been a journey. And I would say as entrepreneurs, this is the quote unquote goal is to be the work that we're putting out into the world, but we know it takes time. So take us through this journey. How did it's not a get here, it's a constant evolution, but embodiment is such an important piece of this work.
Well, we learn through contrast.
Yeah.
Um, I think, this is a gross overgeneralization, but I think people either move towards pleasure or they move away from pain.
Hmm.
And I am a pleasure hound. So I'm very future oriented. Some of us are very past oriented. I mean, future oriented isn't superior to being past oriented. It's just the way that I'm built. And that's how I've gotten to embodiment.
Yeah.
And I not that here's the distinction. Whenever I go through some shit, if there's a challenge, if there's a difficult lesson, there is often an unconscious, but now a more conscious vow that I will never go back there again.
Mm.
And the layer that I got clear on was, it's not that I'm never going back there again because I don't want to experience that pain and I'm afraid and it's going to take me down if I have to revisit it. It's not that.
Yeah.
It's that I love myself so deeply and I am so into being of service. I am so devoted to embodying light and love and unity consciousness that I will not go back there again. I will
Right.
do whatever it takes to keep moving upward, to keep being more loving, more courageous. So the drive to go forward is love inspired, not fear inspired.
Mm.
And why would I want to go back? I mean, it's like, why would we want anybody to suffer? Like, this really is the definition of mercy, right? Like,
Yeah.
for me, the definition of mercy is you and I could commit the same crime, and I hope you get off the hook.
Mm.
I hope you don't have to go through that.
Wow.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And so I have mercy on my life. I have mercy on myself. And that I think helps with embodiment. Like, I really get the lesson. Of course, there's lots of repeating things. There you go. Again, are you kidding?
So let's talk about that. So, consciousness and awareness. So, things that come up more frequently than other things. That's our first point of awareness is like, okay, this is something that I have to look at, something that I should, because it keeps presenting itself over and over again, dive deeper into. So, some will choose to avoid. And those of us who have decided to be on this journey of conscious evolution decide to dive in, and it's uncomfortable. I'll share with you. For me recently, what's been coming up is this proving energy. And I've shared this on the podcast before. I was raised Polish immigrant, and that constant hard work is just so deeply engraved in my cells, as it is for so many other immigrants. But with that came the proving. It's like I have to work harder in order to prove myself in order to. And that's been the foundational paradigm running behind the scenes for me for like 41 years. So I decided to look at it. And one day, and we often make it such a big deal, but I just decided, fuck this, no more. No more. I have worked so hard for 40. I started working when I was 8. My daughter's 9 right now. And yes, they got a little business going on, but they're not hustling newspapers like I was hustling newspapers. And so sometimes it's just a decision.
Yes.
And so take us through some of your decisions where you had this moment of awareness. You're like, this is it. I'm not no longer. This is a lesson and I'm mastering this lesson. What's come up for you over the most recent years?
Well, it's just a decision, but it's also, I mean, in terms of physics, this is what's called punctuated equilibrium.
Okay.
So, every newspaper you sold from being 8 years old, it's a grain of sand. And the next strive and the next hustle and the next prove and the next victory and all the good things too. Like, there's so much goodness. Like,
Yeah.
you're figuring out what success is, and it's a grain of sand and it's a grain of sand and it's a grain of sand. And it forms this kind of hill until it's just one more grain of sand. And then that pyramid starts to flatten. All the grains start to fall down. So I think when I just want to be clear with everybody, this stuff does not come in lightning bolts.
Yeah.
Like we work, we grain and we grind and another grain, another grain. And then one day it's just one grain. So it's very accumulative.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that visual. And it makes so much sense.
Yeah. So like honor the accumulation and
Yeah.
don't think that, oh, Anna and Danielle just got struck. The gods came, the divine goddess touched their pineal glands and they were all of a sudden clear.
They went to Egypt and they
That's
never
right.
came back the same.
Yeah. Well, that is true.
That is true.
That is true.
Gotta go to Egypt.
Yes, you should all come with me. I'm telling you. I'm
We
taking
shall.
2 groups in 2026 in the fall.
Fall 26. Okay. So not this year, but next year. Okay.
Yeah.
Noted. Actually, you said that, I believe, on Jen Pike, your interview with Jen Pike, and you talked about the freedom that comes from just letting certain things go.
Oh, yeah. 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 Well, my theory with letting go is that it has to be integrated. So letting it go is really now what I'm calling you just bless and release it. But what we've been trained to do is to push it away.
Yes.
So
Not look at it.
Not look at it. So like, let's use you as an example. So it's like, okay, you become aware because you're doing all the work and you got that heart, of yours. You become aware, like, I have been doing this proving thing, immigrant, newspaper, past life, whatever the reason, I've been doing this proving thing. Great. You've seen it halfway there. So let's back into this for a second. So you do the work and you see the pattern. You cannot see the pattern without doing the work, right? So like,
that's it.
You got to do the yoga. You got to eat clean. You got to have difficult conversations where you feel vulnerable, where you feel evil, all the things.
Yeah.
You get therapy, whatever the thing is for contemplative life. You got to do that. You see the pattern. But then this is where most of us take a step backwards, which is we want to push away the pattern. So I've had the revelation that I've been proving, and what a loser I am for spending 41 years, proving. And it's because of self-loathing and, oh my God, and I'm still self-loathing myself after all the workshops. So you can see like the dialogue just becomes, it's kind of self-hate.
It is.
You see the pattern. You hate yourself for repeating the pattern. No, loves, no. We celebrate that we have the consciousness to see the pattern.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, we're amazing.
What a gift.
What a gift to be aware, to be devoted, to have the insight. Okay. And then instead of pushing it away and trying to hack it and repress it and let it go, we've got to do something really counter culture, really. And you bring it in. You love your proving. Oh my God. That part of myself, you see her, you see just the word proving, and you bring it into your heart. You literally work with the heart chakra and breath and light frequency. And when you bring the proving into the heart is vast. Heart consciousness is the only place where things actually transform. Things don't actually change in the head. You can think about the change and you can strategize the change and you can think through. I mean, I love the mind. The mind is what we manifest through the mind. You can think about all the things you're going to do to solidify the change.
Yeah.
The behaviors, the habits, all that. But it only happens, the actual transmuting only happens through
the heart.
The heart. And there's science that backs this up if you care. There's mysticism, there's religion. All portals will get you through love eventually. So you see that proving and you love on that proving and the part of yourself that still wants to prove. And you just let it rest. You don't even focus on changing it.
Just let it be.
Just let it be, girlfriend.
Let it be. Yeah.
And it's like, I'll give you a really personal example. I have recently come to the revelation that I like certainty.
Me too.
Right?
And how do we want to judge it, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And how many, I mean, I probably gave a talk on this one day about living with uncertainty. And probably my undertone was, you're a loser because you are so uncomfortable with uncertainty. And you just need to be more Zen, more Buddhist, more.
Right.
And yes, that is partly true, that we know the nature of life is change, it is uncertainty. But I have probably spent all my decades judging myself for liking certainty.
Certainty.
It's
Yes.
actually a preference. And if I look at my life, well, I don't even need to look at my life. I just need to look at my astrological chart. I have 4 planets in Virgo. We love a fucking plan.
Yes.
And we want it yesterday, and you better execute on it. And I'm wired that way. And that's a gift.
Yes.
It's a gift. And sometimes, and there's a shadow side there to every gift.
Mm.
And I am done over being judgmental about my wounded part of myself,
Yeah.
the shadow side that wants, craves, strives for certainty. Forget it. I'm just going to bless and release it. I just bring that all into my heart and my sometimes neuroses around wanting certainty starts to relax, and then I need it less, or I just use it for good. Yeah.
Take us a little bit through that. So we visualize it, we bring it to the heart, and you said we just let it rest there.
Yeah. So do something physical to cue your heart. So what I teach is you just put your right hand on your heart center and you take a few breaths. You're immediately regulating your nervous system.
Yeah.
So your fight flight, it's at the base of your skull, starts to calm down. What I'm more interested, I mean, I'm very interested in the nervous system, but I'm more interested in the unconscious self,
Yeah.
which is actually driving your nervous system. So I'm more interested in my inner child, not acting out.
Yeah.
Breathe into your heart. And then we need to get the mind to relax, because the mind is going to be saying, I've been on the self-help path forever. I should be more comfortable with uncertainty.
All the shoulds.
All the shoulds. The new age ego is very tricky.
Yeah.
And so just think something positive. So my positive recollection is I will often remember the morning after my son was born at home. Oh, it's the best moment of my life.
Yeah.
Waking up and there he was, just lying on top of me. He's so cute.
Goosebumps. Yeah.
Or I will think about how much I love the ocean. Or I'll just think about how much I love the Divine Mother. So positive. And then you bring the pain into your heart. So you got the mind to open a bit. And then whatever it is. So I could see my neuroses around uncertainty. And so what I might visually see in my heart center is just the word uncertainty. Or I might see an argument I had with somebody around, you didn't make a plan. And I just bring that in. And then you work with color frequency. So I know to everybody listening, with your people, they're going to be like, yeah, I get it. But what I'm suggesting people do is you work with the full color spectrum, which is the rainbow light spectrum. And you make those colors a little more translucent. So it's not like deep reds and oranges. Yeah. It's more pastel, pinks, peaches, minty greens, lilacs, just softer, because there's more actual white light that comes in through that spectrum. We want that purification happening. And then you just pour that light.
The light. Yeah.
On however you're visualizing the pain point in the center of your heart. You can do this while you were chopping carrots for dinner. Yeah. You can do like 4 breaths, less than a minute. Yeah. Or you can sit with that and you can make it. My advice is 11 minutes, no more than 20 minutes. It's a deeper meditation. Yeah. All the practitioners listening right now are thinking, why the time limit? Because you don't want to keep kicking up the unconscious self. You don't want to keep over attending to. You want to train the pain to relax. Oh, I need to write.
I've never heard it this way. Train the pain to relax.
Yes, that's a good one. I'm writing it down because I'm writing a book about this right now.
Yes.
Train the pain.
Pain to relax. So powerful.
Yeah, so you don't keep talking to it.
Yeah.
You just say, here's some light and then some snacks. So I got the rest.
Love that. Add that to your notes. That's so good.
Light and snacks.
Snacks and relax. Totally like a toddler, right? Here's your light and your snacks. You got this.
Totally like a toddler.
Wow. Okay. This is so powerful. Also, the permission, like those sides of us are part of us. So for me, I have so much Cancer in my chart, and Cancer comes with emotion. And guess what I've done for another 41 years? Well, I'm 41, so a little bit less, but stuffed it down because emotions, right? The rage, the sadness, the fear, the uncertainty that creates the emotion of, mostly fear for me. I shoved it down, and guess what's coming out now? As I'm all of it, Danielle. I've been in the storm of emotion because for the first time ever, I allowed it. I allow it. I'm allowing it to come out, and I'm allowing myself to feel.
Yeah.
And
it will equalize.
Yeah.
And you're on the right path. There's a great story from Pema Chodron, Buddhist nun.
Yeah.
And she was a mom and a school teacher and got divorced, and it was all devastating. And she decided to commit to the Buddhist path. And now she runs an abbey. She's a legend. Yeah. And when shortly after she took her vows and she was really living the life of a practitioner, she said to her teacher, this is not what I bargained for. Like, I am so fearful. I'm so obsessive. The meditation was supposed to help me. And he said, oh, you're on track. Like once you commit, it all comes up and then it equalizes. Yeah.
Goosebumps. Yeah. You talk about being the mother of our emotions.
Yes.
That hit deep too. And I have two girls and they are emotional. And at first, it was really uncomfortable for me because I've stuffed mine down for so long. Can you talk about that? The mothering, being the parent of our emotions.
Well, what happens when we say to a child, don't be angry, settle down?
Yeah.
They don't.
The
emotion is there to be seen, felt, heard. So they'll just get angrier more. And it doesn't matter what age you are. That's the thing. Yeah. I mean, that's the beauty of working with kids, right?
Yes.
So it's all integration. I mean, we can get really metaphysical, which is all emotion. Emotions, feelings are the same thing-ish.
Okay.
So I would say that feelings are more primal.
Okay.
And emotions are how the intellect is processing your feelings. Like the feeling is almost uncontrollable. It's coming from the unconscious self. Yeah. And then the mind gets a hold of it and says, oh, this is what happiness is. This is what sadness does, etc. But it really doesn't matter for the purposes of this. Emotions come from the subconscious self, all of them. And this, once you get to this on your path, is a bit of a bitter pill because you're just like, my happiness is coming from my darkness, my shadow, my unconscious self. Yes, it is.
Yes.
And
another huge point of awareness. Yeah.
Yeah. And that is human. We are light, we are shadow, we are conscious, we are unconscious. So many of our feelings have memory or training attached to them. Mm-hmm. Somebody's late, and we think, because we've been trained, our response to someone being late should be anger. I'm going to be pissed off that you are late. That's training. That's cultural. That's like inculcation. Why do I have to be angry that you're late? I could just be aware. I could still be angry. Or I could be cool with it. Or I could be grateful because it allowed me to do so. While you were late, I was doing something. But that only comes from being conscious. Like, I'm going to choose my state. I'm going to choose my state versus I'm going to be controlled by this emotion.
Controlled by it. Yes, write it down. This is great.
I'm writing this down. Thank you. Because I have 4 weeks to finish my book.
I love it. And this is huge. Again, it comes down to choice, decision, but really foundationally it's awareness. It's like, okay, this is coming up for me.
Yes.
Do you know, Danielle, I just have to add how many people I must piss off because I live in Mexico. And guess what? We're really late all the time now. We're in Mexican time. So my Canadian friends aren't very happy, but I've been rolling in late. I'm like, hey, mañana.
Yeah.
So mothering the emotion, like what, like how did you come up with that? Like when did that drop in? What does it mean?
Well, who is the creator of your inner child? You.
You.
And what heals your inner child? Mothering, responsible parenting.
Yeah.
So, with inner child work for me, I want to be the best parent possible. Yeah. I'm not going to ask my inner child to change. I'm not going to tell my inner child to calm down. I'm going to listen to my inner child, just like I did with my actual son. Yeah. Like, what's going on? What's going on for you? Okay. Well, I have some tools for you. You're going to breathe. We're going to go for a walk. You're going to have a nap, a snack, or whatever it is. And we're going to carry on.
Yeah.
And you're going to latch onto my nervous system. I'm going to stay regulated. So my actual dialogue with my unconscious self. So sometimes I just talk to myself and I just say, shadow Danielle, what do you need? Or I will say, baby D, what do you need? Left hand on heart, right hand on belly. How can I support you to come into balance today? And
that's beautiful. I love that. It's so simple.
It's so simple.
Yeah.
I did it just this morning before I got out of bed.
Yeah.
And my job, well, this is my one-liner. Everybody take this, use this if you're inspired. I say, the divine mother has me and I have you.
Yeah.
Like, I've got this. I've got you. You can be anxious. We're still going to go to work today.
Yeah.
You can be doubtful and afraid. We're getting on stage because I am your mother. I know what's best. And I am the mother of my life. And I want success and love and all the things. And I got to turn to the divine mother all the time.
For the support. I can see it. I can see the visual just flowing through. Yeah. Yes. And that feels very nurturing.
It is a flowing through. I mean, my orientation with all of my practices is I give my suffering upward. I give my joy upward. I just am always putting myself in a state to get the downpour of what the soul wants to give. Give me all the light. Holy Spirit, fill my thoughts with the thoughts of God.
So beautiful. I can feel it. You're so rooted and grounded, and it's been years of work.
Yeah.
Right. This is the thing. It's like we want to arrive, but there's no arriving.
Yeah.
So you said manifestation comes from the mind. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
This is an oversimplification. I see the mind as the masculine principle.
Okay.
And I see the heart as the feminine principle. And so it's like the heart is the river flowing. It's ideas, it's generation, it's prana, it's life force, it's the milk. And the mind is the riverbed. It's the strategy. It's it's time and space. And the mind is how we manifest. Like the heart is the inspiration.
So it starts here.
Oh, the good stuff starts here.
And then it goes up.
Yeah. I am going to be, you make your devotion, your declaration, like, I'm going to be love no matter what. I'm going to be heart-centered. I'm going to embody love. Okay, well, I'm here in human form. And what does that look like with money and parenting and relationships and my schedule and my calendar and where the planets are? Yeah. So
which is really important.
Which is really important. It's so important. I'm on a bit of a mission right now to get people to get how important that is. Yes. This is really interesting to walk this line of, because, I have something called the energetics of the days of the week.
Yes, I'm loving it. Thank you.
We're going to really turn up the volume on that.
So good.
Planners and all the things. When I do a webinar, all the energetics of the days of the week, the timing, it's our most highly attended stuff.
Wow.
But I'm in this I'm in this interesting place where, like, how do I talk to conservative dudes
Right.
about this? What do they care that Venus rules Friday?
Well, they should, because it's going to impact them no matter what.
But I'm getting that. I'm able to, first of all, I have to not care if I convert them or not. It's not about converting people.
Yeah.
But I really want to speak more middle of the road right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how did you get here? Why is that an intention right now?
Because why not serve everybody?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't be all things to all people, of course. And, I have a customer avatar and all that.
Yeah.
But, especially with the bless and release method, everybody needs it.
Yeah. It is for everyone.
Yeah.
The Bless and Release is a book coming out 2026.
Yeah.
So we were messaging beforehand. You just did a major pivot. So one thing you said is, I'm not attached. I'm not attached to timelines, to dates, to schedules. Let's talk about that before we dive into the book. But the non-attachment, when you're a striving entrepreneur, you have big goals, vision, dreams. Again, it's this and conversation, but how did you reach this space of, like, again, embodied non-attachment? You can feel it. It really is, because you can say it. There's one thing, oh, I want this, but I'm not attached. But then you're always peeking under the hood, right? Mm-hmm. This feels like something you've mastered.
I'm getting better at it. You use the word striving. So let's create two columns. Yes. So one column is the striving entrepreneur. The other column is the receptive entrepreneur.
Mm.
And the receptivity is the power play.
Yeah.
Because if you're, the image I get with the striving entrepreneur is like, we're pushing, we're really exerting. Yeah. It's not that energy efficient. We're looking under the hood. Oh, I got better things to do than peek, and like peek under the hood. I do want to peek, but and we're manipulating.
Yes.
You're striving, you're manipulating.
Yeah. That's the energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're forcing, you're pushing people to do things they don't want to do.
Yeah.
Just things get half baked. Receptivity, being the power move, is, why don't you just turn to the greatest, most powerful, clear, informative, invigorating source that there is? Why don't you go there for your intel? And that is the divine, that is your higher self, that is God's source, whatever word works for you. Yeah. And it's so easy to get. You just need to sit and be still, which is difficult for some. And you need to keep your vessel clean so that when you do sit still and you can hear what drops in, and you might have to pray for the courage to act on it. Yeah. Like, oh my God, my higher self said, don't publish this month. That's weird. Might disappoint some people. That could be so wrong. My higher self said so. I'm going to do it. You're
going to do it. And you did it.
Never fails. Sometimes I've followed my intuition and it looks like a disaster. But if I just wait a beat, you turn the phone and you go, oh, now I see.
Then you see.
Like, here's a very pointed example. About 5 years ago, I had a day planner system. It was a multi-million-dollar vertical in the company. It's called the Desire Map Planner. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
have it, own it, wrote in it for many years.
Yeah. As did
so many. Yeah.
People. Yeah. And my soul said, stop. And I just wasn't, and it wasn't like, I don't get lightning bolts. I just wake up and think, oh, I don't want to do that anymore. And
Okay, hold on, hold on. I just want to ask you here. So is it just an inner knowing for you? It's not a voice, it's an inner knowing. It's this gentle nudge.
um, it's just like good advice in the morning.
You just wake up knowing.
Yeah.
Oh. And a big point here, it's because your vessel's clean. You do the work every day on you.
Yes. And I set my alarm for messages in the morning. Like that's metaphorical, but I'm just like,
Oh, yeah.
I know I've had to train myself to sleep on things because I am great at enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Vision is my thing.
Yeah.
And there's a dark side to that. So you can walk in and just be like, vision, and this is where we're going. This is what we're doing. And you're lifting everybody up with that.
Yeah.
And when you do that, you can't see who can stand on their own and who can't. Because everybody just
Mm.
like they get on top of the vision and they're going to
It's
ride with it.
high. Yeah.
Like, you know what? You got to come in on your own toboggan. Now I can see if you can, right? We're going to ride together.
Yes.
Team.
Yes.
Yeah, not freeloading on the vision. So, and plus I love the game. I love publishing. I love
Yeah.
communicating. I want to heal humanity. But I got to sleep on it, or I do silly things and make commitments that I got to back my way out of. And then I look really flaky and it's a mess. So now I sleep on it. And then the morning voice gets stronger, more immediate and clearer.
Wow. So this voice was saying, push back your book release date.
Well, let's go back to the planners for a second, because
Oh,
this
yes, yes, yes.
is good for entrepreneurs, which
Yes.
is, we were making the money and people were expecting this planner. And I just like, I'm not feeling the enthusiasm. And the voice is saying, just end it.
Wow.
And my team is like, lady, you are crazy. And what happened was the world fell apart.
Oh my gosh. And all the publishing, manufacturing offshore.
Yeah. No one
Yeah.
saw that coming.
Yeah.
If I would have gone ahead with day planners that year, I could have lost hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
I would have had to pulp, in publishing is called pulp. Like you literally grind up tens of thousands of
Wow.
units, books. And then I went through a really dark period of my life and I moved away from Desire Map as my main thing and moved into heart-centered living. And now that's everything. That's the energetics of the days of the week. And that's all the things.
All the things you're doing. So that decision has led to this evolution.
Yes. Okay.
Wow.
So now the book. This is a great prosperity playground nugget. I was at a mastermind recently of basically book ballers. And like, I think collectively in the room, there've probably been about 100 million books sold.
Wow.
And James Clear had, invited us there. And if anybody doesn't know James Clear, if you've been living in a cave, James Clear is the author of Atomic Habits.
Yeah.
It has, as of last week, sold 25 million copies. This is publishing history.
Wow.
This is a side note, but now Mel Robbins is making some serious publishing history. That's another story. And James, we're all hanging on the edge of every word he says. And we're talking about selling books, making books, and all things books. And James says, just write the best book possible. And I was like, well, of course I want to do that. Of course.
Yeah.
But I'm a goer. I'm a burner. And I had set this date. The book was supposed to come out in 8 weeks. And you know what? I overwrote it for a minute. Okay. And I was like, well, that's how James does things. I'm committed to this. And I give the book Bless and Release is an A. And yeah, I could make it an A plus with another 3 to 6 months. But let's go. It's on the conveyor belt. And my morning voice had a talk with me.
Oh, goosebumps.
And all the right people came. There's another gentleman in the story, Rory Vaden. I hope I got his name right. We're new buddies now.
New friends. And
he said, would you consider changing your pub date? I was like, boyfriend, no, I'm going. I'm a magnetic train. And he's like, okay. And because I'm so forceful, here, everybody just believes what I say. And I meditated in the morning. Should I work with Rory on this other project?
Yeah.
And the answer was yes, but not in this time frame. And I was just like, shit. The voice of my soul spoken.
The voice.
And then I just said to the team, crazy idea. What if we delayed it by 6 months? And this is how you know it's soul ordained.
Yeah.
Relief, joy, happiness, excitement. We were all just like, oh my God, we didn't see that. Oh, then we can do this and this and this, and we could make this and all could be better. And we just can't even, it's almost like you can't even believe you were going to do it the old way.
Yeah. So good. So good. And it's so fascinating because you probably set the original date.
Oh, I set the original.
You set the original date. Yeah. And I'm excited for the hindsight 2020. This pod's going to release, your book's going to release, and then we're going to know even more reasons why the delay happened. Yeah. Right? Because you can only see so much right now.
Yeah.
You're trusting
and
moving.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the thing. It's the trust and the faith when there's not evidence yet, but we have to follow that inner knowing when it drops in. Because when we don't, we know what happens. Mm-hmm. So blessed and released, give us a little nugget. I'm grateful for the sneak peek. It's going to be extraordinary and life-changing and all the things that you do in this world. But why was the time now to write it?
Because I live it.
Yeah.
I live it. So, every day, hand on heart. Yeah. Positive thing, then the pain thing, then the light thing, and then peace. I think letting go is about forgiveness. I think the world needs to forgive a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And I have a conveyor belt. I have 3 books lined up. I was like, this one is first. Nice. And back to Egypt. I'm in the pyramid of Giza at 1 a.m. chanting, and the guidance is the next book is Bless and Release.
Wow.
I said, okay.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. I can't wait for it to come out. So we got to wait till spring-ish 26.
Yeah. Spring-ish.
Danielle,
Mercury retrograde and then the book.
Exactly. So you're going to plan the exact dates. This is good. It's going to be the best timing for release date. Is there anything that I've missed that you'd want to share before I dive into the last 3 questions?
No, this is great.
Thank you. So my final questions, now we're going to dive into your future self. So Danielle, 20 years from today, what wisdom is she sharing with you right now?
She just says, way to go.
Yeah. High five.
High five. Hip bump. First swim. Yeah.
I love that. So your legacy as a mom, I know this role is so deeply meaningful to you. What is one truth you hope your son carries in his heart because of the way that you've lived your life?
Well, I've been trying to brainwash him for 21 years. So, I'll tell you, he's a freedom thinker.
Yeah. This is the goal.
He just ain't buying it.
Yeah.
And I think I've woven in a few things. One, follow the money. I started teaching him that when he was could just conceive of the concept.
Yeah.
Who funded that study? Who's behind that? Follow the money. Yeah. And possibility thinking. We really I just don't see many obstacles. I just there's always a way. Way around, through, over, in, up. I don't have to teach him to be kind. He's kind. He's born kind.
Yeah. So good. And what's your definition of prosperity?
My definition of prosperity, my definition of prosperity is different than abundance. So abundance is positivity, majestic overflow in all forms. It's only positive. in every sector of your life. Prosperity for me has more to do with material success. And so, the underpinning of that is I create ever more prosperity in integrity.
Yeah.
So heart-centered means to cash, influence, exaltation and exalting, respect, philanthropy, back to abundance.
All of it.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming you get tons of opportunities from everywhere, consistently, frequently. Is that when you just go back and ask? You ask your higher self?
Oh, always.
Always.
Always. Morning sit down,
Yeah.
bring in the light. And I mean, often I just get the clarity before I get out of bed.
Yeah.
And then I just go do the cleansing of my vessel, check in with my heart, say some prayers. For me, the answer I often get is, and you hear this a lot in entrepreneurship, just move and you will get clearer. So we've made you clear. We've given you light today. Now go for a walk and think it through.
And move.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I'd love to finish off just learning more about your membership. So for anyone listening, this is a component of your brand and business. Tell us about your membership.
Mm-hmm. The Centered Collective.
Yeah.
I'm doing about 4 masterclasses a year. And so it's things like how to heal anger, working with your inner child, the connection between your nervous system and the quality of your relationships.
Yes.
Stuff like that, conscious living. And I've become obsessed with learning transference. So it's short videos. And then we hang out if you want to hang out once a month and have a heart to heart.
Beautiful. Where else would you like to lead people? So your website, Instagram, Substack.
Dig in Substack.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the algorithm over there. It's a little more literary and serious. Yeah. DanielleLaporte.com is the house. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your time. I'm so grateful for your work. And yeah, thanks for being on the Prosperity Playground.
Oh, my pleasure.
Thanks for joining me on today's episode of the Prosperity Playground podcast. If this convo sparked something in you, be sure to follow the show on Apple Podcasts so you never miss your weekly activation. If you enjoyed the conversation, please rate and review. Your feedback helps us reach more souls just like you who are ready to calibrate to their most prosperous life. Know someone who needs this frequency boost? Share the episode to Instagram and tag me @_Anna Lozano so we can grow our energetically aligned community together. And please remember, true prosperity is about alignment, freedom, expansion, and embodying your worth today. See you on the next activation.